Wowie zowie, everybody's already in the chat. Crikey. And I'm just here on the dot. Everybody always beats me to it. What can I say? Sometimes I'm early. Hello, Tony. Hello, Sean. Hello, Gary. It's lovely to see you. Hello, Nige. No flying cows yet. Ahoy, Inspectorate. Philip, have we got to the temple yet? Are we not in the temple? I'm so confused. Hello, Robbie. Robbie, we're using one of your candles today that you sent me. Could start with a quick reaction to the Astartes 2 trailer. We could also talk about what I'm going to talk to Mr. Dan Abnett about when I speak to him about Little Horus. Shh, secrets. Secrets and lies. Talking to an author. Speaking to Christian Dunn, editor, next week. Lots of good things happening around this book. One of the most depressing heresy books ever. This book should be called Everything's Beginning to Go Downhill. It's a bit like, the UK after Brexit. Yeah, just stories about everything turning really bad and depressing. And contemplations of space marines who have lost. Great, yeah, get up in the loft, David. Check out what you've got up there, please, because for some reason the algorithm is showing me so many Reddits and things of people going, this is my Horus Heresy collection. And yeah, I'm just trying to angle. We haven't had Will Wheaton present. I worry about Wesley. Let's get Wesley in the frame. Hang on. Why? Okay, that's better. It's not correct without Will Wheaton looking over us. There we go. So welcome everybody back to our Grimdark Buddies Fighting Fantasy Sunday night. We are playing Temple of Terror, not Tower of Terror, as I mistakenly called it for parts 1 to 4. So we'll be playing that game today. I have no idea how far we are from finishing it. So let's take a look. I have been having problems with streaming, so I'm hoping and praying we'll get this working. The good news is I managed to get my controller to work with my laptop. So when I play Rogue Trader, or whatever it is I'm playing, I can now use this, which is quite handy. Yeah, because that's been quite stressful. Trying to play any game. Yeah, trying to play any game full stop, let alone when you haven't got the correct tools for the job. Okay, Fighting Fantasy Classics. Let's get this going. Yay, okay. Phewy Louie. There's a members only video where I've been playing another game where you'll be able to, I had to cut it down quite considerably because about half an hour of that is just me trying to figure out what the flip's going on. Okay. So, welcome back to the Temple of Terror, everybody. Oh, we forgot to do our, fact of the day and birthday. How unprofessional. So today's fact of the day is the oldest temple in the world that is 11,600 years old is in southeast Turkey, and I think it's called Göbekli Tepe Temple. So that's the oldest temple in the world. So hi Kirby, welcome. Oh, painting some scenery. And our celebrity birthday today is happy birthday to Emily Blunt, who's 42 today. We also, of course, have Mr. Pugh in the house. Pressure's still good. I mean, I think it's best not to start getting obsessed with this, but still in the green. And yes, he's going to be here while we light this candle, which I think came in a gift bundle that Robbie sent me. Oh, hello, Robbie. Congratulations. Robbie is membership. Yay, 17 months. Thank you so, so much. Yes, I think our memberships numbers have been dwindling because they used to be donated. Oh, thank you, Robbie. Oh, amazing. Woohoo. Thank you so much, Robbie, for that kind gesture. Congratulations, Dark Souls, Gerald of Rivia, Isaac Schaefer, Wellington Ribeiro, and Alan Redmond. Congratulations on your Mirror Manga memberships. So yeah, that does give you access to, this should do balloons or something, right? Confetti. We always forget how to do balloons. Fireworks, that will do. Woo, Robbie, did you not send this candle? Robbie, you definitely sent me one care package where... Oh, sorry, I was just sitting on a bag of dice. Just move that out of the way. Robbie, you definitely sent me a package with a candle in it, and I thought this was that candle, but maybe it wasn't. Capri says, Göbekli Tepe is a fantastic site, very cute animal carvings. Oh, yay! Will says, wandering back and forth on the ship trying to find anything to interact with for over an hour is the Obra Dinn experience. Amazing. Fantastic. Sean says, does the temple worship snakes? Pretty sure, because why not? So thank you so much. Yes, if you are a Mirror Manga Grimdark Buddy member, you'll be able to watch me playing Obra Dinn. I am wondering about, should I, when I play Rogue Trader, I think that's what I'm playing, should I do that members only? Because I think a lot of my lives people hate. I don't think people like watching me play Stray. Some people like watching me play. Anyway, it's a decision for another time. So yes, so we will light up the candle, and I think it was part of one of Robbie's calm down packages. So we'll use this colour match because it's the same colour as the candle. We'll get that lit. Being very careful because of these sulfurous bastards. Fire! Oof, crikey. These are very smelly matches. Fire. I wonder if there is like candle lighting YouTube. So yeah, if you'd like to send candles, I've got 50,000, but better you send them to me than to Arbiter Ian. Don't send Ian anything, is his mantra. So let's get back into the Temple of Terror. If we complete it, I don't think we will, we can look at the trailer that Jim has suggested in the chat, Astartes 2 trailer, and if not, we could look at the Rogue Trader game. Let's see what happens. Or we could talk about Age of Darkness. The world is our oyster. Until 9ish, because tonight I'm working on Trench Crusade and I'm going to be talking to Mike, who's in LA. So at 10 p.m, I've got a phone call with Mike, the artist and brainchild of Trench Crusade. So busy evening, packed evening, and I need to prepare my questions for Dan Abnett. So let's get into the temple and see what we can do here. Okay. The ceiling is descending fast and you have to stoop while trying to fit the crystal key into the lock. Test your luck. Well, we all know that because we're creative with our dice rolls. Yes, yeah, Robbie remembers. I remember it was an anti-anxiety candle in the care package. Yes, thank you. I've been okay. I had 3 days without anxiety. Today I'm about 40% anxious, but that's just because I've got a lot of work on. Sergey said, we almost had a fire 1 floor above me today. Some guys left their stove on and went to the garden. No, Sergey, that stresses me out so much. Please tell me they have fire extinguishers in their flat, or a fire blanket at least. You are way more competent. Sergey, like, I don't know. I think if I didn't do this channel, I would abandon all candles in my home. Yeah. It doesn't feel good to be around flames. But anyway, a roof is falling upon us. Trisomertzepine really settled me down. I did actually, when I went on a sertraline, was that it? Sertraline journey. And I think I was on it for about 3 months, and it kind of numbed out a lot of things. I didn't really feel myself. I felt very disconnected from myself, and I still had these very bleak spirals. So when my anxiety goes for like 3 or 4 days, I would just be completely rigid with fear, worrying about stuff I'm imagining is going to happen. So I don't know if the medicine can stop that aspect of my brain just switching over to that. But if it gets really, really, really bad, I will go the medicine route again. I kind of was a little bit... I did have a person in my life who just got sick of my anxiety and was like, you need to talk to the doctor and get on some drugs. And so I felt like I had to. It felt like my only option. And that person was the same person who decided they didn't want to be friends with me and cited the reason as, you just need to get over you just need to deal with your fucking anxiety, dude. And I just thought, this person doesn't have my best interest at heart. Also, I suspected they didn't like me for a bunch of other reasons they didn't say. So now, yeah, thanks for coming to my TED talk on meds. But yes, not ruling them out, just trying to see if there are other things I can do around it. So let's test our luck. Thank you to the 22 people who are holding on while I blather away. We're lucky. Yay. The key turns in the lock and you're able to open the door just as the ceiling reaches the height of the handle. Yay! You crawl through the small space and examine the room you find yourself in. Well, let's examine us. David says they do leave you feeling like a zombie for a while, but it evens itself out. Will says, I use Mirazepam. What's Mirazepam? And sertraline myself. Yeah, I had such a rocky ride going onto them, the roller coaster, and then even in the like more even times, I felt very disconnected from, yeah, it was bizarre. But just for today, one day at a time, we're doing okay. So let's see what happens in this room we find ourselves in. Alex, hello. The room is small and sparsely furnished with just a table and chair. A chisel and mallet are lying on the chair and the floor is covered with wood shavings. On the wall to your left is a large wooden carving, 2 meters by 3 meters in size. It depicts a scene of the lost city being attacked by giant sandworms. If you would like to take a closer look at the wood carving, please type look. If you would rather walk through the door in the wall opposite, please type walk. Hello, Alex. Gary says hi to Alex. Robbie has sertraline. Don't think I would get out of bed if not. I bet it took 6 months for me to even out. Sunshine is the best medicine. Yes. Yeah, and I agree, Robbie. It's much easier in summer. Tony says, totally talk. It's therapeutic. It's good to talk, isn't it? Yeah. Robbie says, look. Caprice says, look, must examine the fine sandworm art. I agree. Mira equals Mirazepam. Fake names are hard to distinguish from the real ones, unfortunately. I think we should look at this. Oh dear. I think I've been spoiled by the latest June films, but they don't look as scary as the ones in June, which have got so many teeth. The carving is very intricate and must have taken months to complete. You look at the buildings and suddenly notice there's a hairline crack running at roof level. You find that one of the roofs lifts up and the inside of the building has been hollowed out. Your luck is in, for inside the building is a small dragon carved out of ebony. You gain 1 luck point for discovering a dragon artifact. You smile to yourself and slip it into your pocket before opening the door in the wall opposite. And I must say I'm a little bit scared of looking at stuff. Cheers, the small dragon, says Caprice. Just because we're also trying to avoid seeing the letters D, E, A, T and H. And I think we've seen quite a few. Where is it? I'll just look through everything apart from what we need to see. It will be in our notes. We've seen the letter H, so we're trying to avoid D, E, A, and T, because otherwise we'll die. Oh no. Well, these people do not look happy. The door opens into a large hall which is lined with armour and weapons. At the far side of the hall, there is an altar on a raised plinth where 3 men with sallow skin are ceremoniously clothing themselves in dark brown robes. One of them sees you and signals to the others. They each pick up a sickle and advance towards you. They are dark disciples. Ooh! If you wish to tell them you've come with a gift for Lisha, the high priestess of Vatos, type gift into the chat. If you would rather fight them, please type fight into the chat. And lol at what gift we might have to give Princess. Bag of sand? I don't even know what we've got. What have we got? We've got a sandworm tooth. Maybe, or our flute, or our ebony dragon that we just picked up, or we've got gold. Robbie says, bit harsh, didn't even ask our name. I know. Gift, 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 say Nige, Will and Gary. Phil wants to fight. David says to fight. We probably are the gift. Robbie says gift. Robbie, you would say gift. You're so generous. It's so funny. Kirby says gift. Tony says gift. Capri says fight. These guys are sick. I mean, they just believe in what they believe in. From their point of view, we were watching them get changed. That's what I thought, Sean. Yeah, bumbling around in the passages, sneaking peeks at monks getting changed. It's not good. So let's gift Lisha. Oh, if you were wearing a gold medallion with a heart engraved on it, let's do that. But we're not. Where would we have picked that up from? Test your luck. Oh, we can do this easily. You are lucky. We needed a luck score of 9 or lower and we got 4. Oh gosh. The Dark Disciples believe your story, but say that they cannot allow you to take the gift to Lisha yourself. They say they will take it to her on your behalf. So look, she's not going to get a great gift. We can either give her an ivory beetle charm or a monkey tail. So please put beetle or monkey in the chat and that will decide what we give to Lisha. And I'm going to bookmark this page as well, just in case. Monkey, says Will. Beetle, lest they hang us with the tail, says Caprice. Caprice does really not trust these chaps. Monkey and monkey, say Nige and Gary. Beetle, says Kirby. That's 3 for monkey and 2 for beetle right now. David says monkey. Tony says monkey. Okay, monkey's winning. Monkey, 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 monkey. Beetle can't be unless twice. Can't be unless twice. I don't get it. I don't get it. My brain's working slowly. Sean says beetle. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Robbie, you mean it can't be useless twice. Well, you never know with these games. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 have said monkey, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have said beetle. So I guess we're going to go beetle. We have got a bookmark here. As they begin to argue about which of them should take the gift to Lisha, you slip past them and walk towards the archway in the wall behind the altar. We're so sleeky. Monkey, says Gary. Monkey. The archway has an elaborate surround of carved stone. This does not look great, people. Oof. That does not look like a fun journey. Will says, exactly, the beetle will come in useful next time. We shouldn't have given it up yet. We'll find out, won't we? The archway has an elaborate surround of carved stone. You look through the archway into a corridor and see what looks like a shimmering gold curtain at the far end. Mounted along the walls are swords gripped by stone hands. Holding your sword tightly, you step warily along the corridor. As soon as you reach the first sword, its stone arm jerks into life and attacks you, while the other 3 cut through the air, awaiting your turn. Well, let's take care of this as quickly as we can. Oh, this is going to be easy. They've got a very low skill. What a choice. Fight or be hacked to death. Tell me about it. What a Sunday night. One more sword to go. I hear this fight music in my sleep, you know. Fourth sword. We are triumphant! Hooray! And we win, we win. When you reach the end of the corridor, you realise that it was not a shimmering curtain that you saw, but a fine spray of golden rain, which cascades from a series of holes in the ceiling into a shallow trough in the floor. This is not looking good. Please remember this is the PG-13 channel. The corridor turns left at the point where the golden rain falls and stretches to the left as far as you can see. Okay, so there is a choice here, people. If we wish to keep walking along the corridor, please type walk. If you would rather step through the golden rain, please type rain into the chat. This is a tricky one. I will do a bookmark here because who knows what this is all about. Rain, purple, men, we walk. Golden rain, it's an Elden Ring boss area. Vegetables, dice, a corridor. I think the Out There Brothers did a song about that, says David. 2 for rain and 2 for walk. Tony says walk like an Egyptian, which it might be because they had a Sphinx illustration in this book. Rain, 1, 2, 3, 4 for rain and 2 for walk. I mean, if you live in the UK, this is just a day in the life, isn't it? You just wander through the rain. Okay, so it looks like 4 for rain and 2 for walk. So let us step through the golden rain and see what happens. Crikey, who's this? Okay. Although the golden rain feels wet on your skin, you remain completely dry. You step into a luxurious chamber whose walls are decorated with frescoes and paintings. The floor is made of polished marble, and on it stand several low tables. Cushions are scattered around the shining floor. A huge bare-chested man with a bald head, clad in baggy silk pants, is standing with his feet apart at the far end of the room. His hands are resting on the hilt of a curved sword. On seeing you, he immediately strides forwards to attack. He is a slave guard of the outer temple. You must fight. Okay, here we go. We're fully ready. We've got this. Again, very low skill. Yay. I love it when they've got low skill and we've got high. They go low, we go high. We are triumphant. Woohoo! It is now far into the night. So that room didn't look empty. And we are now tired. We're just going to sleep. Okay. It's far into the night and the strenuous efforts of the day have left you feeling tired and thirsty. You find a bowl of water on one of the tables, which you empty down your throat in seconds. Too fatigued to go on, you lie down in the corner of the room on the soft, inviting cushions in order to rest. So, do we let ourselves fall asleep or do we stay awake? So this is an easy choice. If you either choose to write sleep or wake in the chat and then we'll find out. If it was me, I definitely love it in games where you can just relax and have a sleep. What was the game, the Hideo game where you're Norman Reedus and you're walking around delivering packages? I can't remember the name, but you could have little, there were baths, there were mountain springs and you could go to the bath. Death Stranding, yeah. and you could sing a song. And one time you had a bath and your friend got in and you sang the song together. That was my favourite part of the whole game. I never managed to finish it. David, wake. You don't break into a temple and have a nap. You clearly haven't been breaking into any temples with me, David. Tony says Buster from Bad Manners. Will says sleep. Capri says save then sleep. Robbie says sleep. Nige says sleep, perchance to dream. Tony says cup of Horlicks and sleep. Sean, sleep. Break into a temple and have a nap. Yeah, I think sleep is winning, but I do like the suggestion to put a bookmark in. Let's see what happens. You awake with a start when you hear a deep humming coming from the corridor on the other side of the golden rain. The sleep has refreshed you and you jump up feeling alert. Ooh, check us out. I wasn't expecting that. So our stamina's now up to 19, which I think is okay. There is a door behind the drapes, but it's locked and there's no time to open it. If we wish to hide behind the drapes, please type hide. If you wish to confront whoever's coming into the chamber, please type confront. Let's see what we'll do. David says, we're going to see a letter in our dreams. That would have been so cruel if we did. Gary says hide. Will says, I always have a nap when I burgle. To be quite honest with you all, I'm too exhausted all the time to actually wake up and break in anywhere. Hide like the ghost in 3 Men and a Baby. Is that an internet meme I don't know about, David? I have no idea what you're talking about. 3 Men and a Baby. Steve Guttenberg. Tom Selleck. Ted Danson. Classic. Everyone's saying hide. Hide and then stab. The Hamlet two-step. Yeah, who was killed in that? Someone whose name began with P. Additional stamina point for cup of Horlicks. I think so. Philip's in a fighting mood, but Polonius, thank you, Will. Tony saying hide. I think we should hide. There's a lot of votes for hide. Through the semi-transparent drapes, you can just see a white-robed man enter the chamber carrying a golden chalice. He's wearing a headdress which is fastened by a gold clasp in the shape of a phoenix with its wings flat against his forehead. When the priest sees the slave guards, oh no, we didn't even hide the body. Amateurs. He drops to his knees and presses his ear against the dead man's chest. Then he looks up and after quickly surveying the chamber, runs out again without noticing you. Wasting no time, you set about opening the door. As you see the door in front of you, you find it's fastened shut with a padlock. If you can and wish to use 2 stamina to cast an open door spell, please type spell into the chat. If you wish to hack the lock open with your door, please type hack into the chat. David says there's a ghost in a scene behind the curtains. Well, it's a cardboard cutout, but everyone thinks it's a ghost. Okay. I think I remember something about that, David. Sean says, oh, it didn't mention the drapes were translucent. How did he not see us? Tony, we obviously used the body as a pillow. Tony, I would like to think we did not use the body as a pillow. So Kirby and Tony would love to spell it up. And Robbie saying hack. Capri, spell. Use that stamina we just got. Hack, says Gary. That's 2 for hacking and 3 for spelling. There's 24 people in the chat. I just had my hand too close to that candle, so I'm just moving my phone hand. David says spell. Keep the noise down. Nige says hack. Will says spell. So we've got 3 for hack and 6 for spell. I think the spells have it, but we will do a bookmark. Just in case. Oh no! You utter the words of the spell, but nothing happens. You use up 2 stamina points in the attempt. Unknown to you, the golden rain has drained away all your magic powers. You lose 1 luck point. Whoa! Talk about a bait and switch. The gameplay is becoming sophisticated and gnarly. It's like when they put that extra the seer in the traitor series and everyone kicked off. You have no choice but to hack the lock open with your sword. That's the next door we're coming to. You chop furiously at the lock until it finally gives way. The door opens into a corridor which you walk down until you reach 2 doors at the end. One door has the symbol of the sun in relief on it, and the other door bears the symbol of the moon. There are also strange signs carved beneath both the sun and the moon. So I wonder if this is going to be a code decoding thing. Will you use 1 stamina to cast a read symbols spell? Probably not, because we've just found out we haven't got magic anymore. Or we could just go ahead and open the sun door. Or alternatively, we could open the moon door, because we have not translated these symbols before. Do you know who we haven't got in the chat? Neil. At least we found out now about the magic, says Tony. Access to quality ground glass was not very widespread at this time. Sean, he probably needs to see an oculist. Why even learn a spell if you can hack the door, says Robbie. I know, facts. But at least when you get your magic nicked, you're sorted. Neil says, I'm here just loitering. Does anybody have an opinion? Let's just go for it. We'll vote in the chat, sun or moon. Moon door, sun hot. We have really been burned by those keys, haven't we, people? Hi, Neil. Moon door, sun hot. Sun door, please, says Robbie. Moon, says Will. Sun, says Gary. Caprice, moon. It's an evil temple, right? Nige, sun. Could do with some nice weather today. I don't know which one you want, Tony. Moon? I'm going to say Tony's moon. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for moon. And then 1, 2, 3 for sun. Sun could... Moon. The sun door has 4 symbols, which could mean trap. So let's go sun. The door opens into a narrow corridor which grows hotter as you proceed along it. You start to sweat profusely and realise you can go no further. You turn to go back, but flames have started to shoot from the cracks between the stones in the wall and the floor. You are trapped in a corridor of fire. The sun under the sun symbol reads doom, and it appears that the warning came true. Oof, lucky we bookmarked. Well done, all moon people. You guessed correctly. Christian, welcome. It's all good being late as long as you show up. David was right. Yes, you were right, David. Sun was hot. No, David was right because the 4 symbols spelt doom. Sorry. Gary said rats. Tony, can I look smug? Yes, you can, Tony. Well done, mate. So let's open the moon door. The door opens into a narrow, sloping corridor which leads into another chamber. The walls are covered with hieroglyphics, and there are 3 clay pots standing on top of a stone table. Ooh! We can look in the pots, everybody. We might find presents. Will we lift the lid of the white, the black, or the red pot? So it's a choice of colour. So please pop your choice of colour into the chat. So white, black, or red. I'm going to do a bookmark because we are going to rinse this for all it's worth, and hopefully we will not die. Just want to show you all, I don't know if you can see, while you're all typing white, black or red into the chat. So this candle came with some anti-anxiety crystals, but one of the crystals has gone into the wax and it's impeding the wick. So I'm going to have to manage that. This is why I hate candles. They scares me. You know, wouldn't it be ironic that we've just been into the sunroom? Should probably try and take this stone out of the candle. You know what, folks? I think I'm going to blow the candle out. Because, yeah, it's all too slippery. And we'll sort that out. And probably the intelligent thing to do would be to remove stones in candles before burning them. But we're learning together, aren't we? Careful that the rock's not hot. Yeah, that would be typical Mira, like the keys. Christian, ironically, causing some anxiety. I mean, you could give me a hymn book and it would cause me anxiety. I'm just not good at life in. Okay, so are the votes in for the colours? We can just ignore the pots and walk. Gary, I missed that option off. Sorry. It looks like we will be doing red. Red looks like it's the most popular. Will points out that white is the moon's colour. Well, let's do red and see what happens, as that's the main vote and we have got a bookmark there. Oh my crikey. Oh my crikey. The pot is empty, but fortune is not with you. The underside of the pot has the letter E written on it in charcoal by the messenger of death. Okay, so I'm just going to retcon this immediately. Okay, so the next popular choice was white. So let's lift the lid of the white pot. Inside the pot, you find a copper ring which has a lightning bolt engraved on it. So tempting, but so deadly. Alex says, all right, not red then. Shall we place the ring on our finger or lift the lid? Are we going to wear the ring? If so, please type ring. Are we going to open the black pot? If so, please type black into the chat. Or are we going to walk on by? Type walk into the chat. Okay. Hello, Aztec Jaguar. Welcome, welcome, welcome. E-by gum, says Tony. Ring on finger, says Will. Phil says, ring precious. We wants it. Tony says, will you marry me? I say, show me your bank account. Gary says, walk. Gary's not at all interested in these pots. But that's 1, 2, 3 votes for wearing the ring. We like it. We like it. We should put a ring on it. Christian says bookmark and ring. That's very sensible. Sean, ring, get married in the temple. Yay, you can get married to the priest we traumatized with a dead person. Ring, nothing ever went wrong with putting on a ring. David, can we keep the ring and open the other pot? I think we're going to bookmark, put the ring on, and then we'll open the black pot. Nothing happens when you put the ring on your finger and you decide to leave it on. Okay. That's definitely going to come and bite us in the bum. I'm sure of it. So I'll just try and remember the bookmark number. Okay, so 14 we may need to go back to and take the ring off. But just for now, we will lift the lid of the black pot. Inside the pot, you see a shriveled paw about the size of a monkey's. There's a lot of literature on monkey paws. Are we going to take the monkey paw or are we going to walk? So now the vote's going to be paw or walk. Christian said, I think that's going to be important later. Will says, has anyone played Moria? Rings were one of my leading causes of death in that. Nige says, who keeps leaving bits of monkey around? It's a fair question. Kirby and Gary both say walk. Robbie says, it grants wishes. Capri says paw, it goes with the tail. David says paw, a lot of monkey parts in this. Sean says paw, collect the whole monkey, we already have a tail. I'm sure they would have called this a different adventure name than Temple of Terror. You know, monkey assembler. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wishes to pick up the paw, and then 1, 2, 3 people saying walk, 5 for paw. So let's let's just do a bookmark here. And we'll pick up the paw. Oh, as soon as you touch the monkey's paw, its fingers twitch, and with a will of its own, it tries to grasp your hand. We are lucky, but what has happened? Before you manage to pull your hand out of the pot before the claws can dig into your skin. You slam the lid back on the pot and decide what to do. Well, we've successfully opened the white pot and got a lightning bolt ring out of it. So I think we should continue walking. Walk through the chamber to the archway in the far wall. Beyond the archway, the corridor is well lit and in good order. There's no sand or dirt on the floor, and the statues and carvings on the wall show no signs of deterioration. The corridor soon ends at a door which you discover is open. You enter an empty room with one other door in the far wall and a trapdoor in the floor. If you wish to open the door, please type door into the chat. If you would like to open the trapdoor, please type trapdoor. And whenever there's a trapdoor, it is obligatory to sing, "Don't you open that trapdoor, 'cause there's something inside. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Buck, feed me." So that's looking a bit healthier in the old candle. No fires on my watch. Tony says, "Open that trapdoor." Capri says, "Trapdoor, maybe there'll be a well." Gary's saying door, but there are 4 people saying trapdoor, and Robbie's put a little red flag up. Is that golf or red flag? Either one I try to avoid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes for trapdoor. I think we're going to have to do the trapdoor. And Will would like to do the trapdoor. All the way from across the Atlantic, there is a trapdoorian request. Stairs lead down from the trapdoor into the gloom below. There is a strong, musty smell rising out of the gloom, and the draught is cool on your face. You walk down the rough staircase until you can see no further. This annoys me so much. We have got a freaking lantern. We've got a lantern in our backpack. Stop making us try and cast a spell we don't have. It's my fat thumbs adding emojis. I love an emoji, Robbie. It's all good. Grommet, says Tony. Are we going to walk further into the gloom? Type gloom into the chat. Or if you'd want to climb back up and open the door, please type climb. And I have no idea what they're trying to do here. They're either saying there's something in the darkness that you need, but if you did not select this spell, we've basically messed up your whole game. Or they're saying this is a funny, obvious monster encounter. What are they doing? What's the play here? Well, let's find out. We just have to choose between the gloom and the steps. A lantern and all the monkey base fuel we could need. Jim says, maybe we have no matches. Fair. Tony, no oil. Okay, all right, everybody practical. Then why give us a lantern? Unless we've missed matches and oil. Who knows? Who knows? Tony says gloom. Kirby says gloom. Caprice says gloom, vile plume. Nige says gloom and doom. Philip says, walk into the dark. What can possibly go wrong? I feel Gary spiritually is like, I think you should all turn it back up the steps, but I'm not going to waste my typing on you because you never listen to me. So let's bookmark. What are we like? You reach the bottom of the staircase and step warily along the floor with your arms stretched out in front of you. Suddenly you hear a plopping noise, oh no, which sounds like a dollop of mud dropping onto the floor. Test your luck. You are lucky. Of course we are. Another dollop lands just by your feet, and the vapour rising it from it smells sharp and acidic. Deciding that it would be dangerous to linger any longer in the dark cellar, you climb back up the steps and open the other door. Good for us. Ooh! The door opens and you walk into a room filled with treasure. There are chalices, statuettes, chests filled with gems, caskets, and hundreds of fabulous artifacts. Will we? This is a trick. Why are they giving us treasure? Okay. Will we? We've got a shopping list here. So you can either try and help ourselves to some gems. We can take a golden skeleton statuette. I don't know why we would pick out a skeleton. Or we can open a golden casket. Or we can leave. So there's 4 choices. So type gem or skeleton or casket or leave the room. Yes, I know how to pronounce skeleton. I'm having a bit of fun. Will says, damn, this is the most Dark Souls adventure so far. Funnily enough, Dark Souls is not watching this evening. Tony says, maybe it's one of those fake ornamental garden lanterns. Gary says, I want to know why we can't take Gem Skeleton and look in the casket. Phil says, casket. Will says the golden skeleton might control the undead. Caprice says the statue could be useful later. Nige says skeleton. Christian said, no, remember the casket. Gary, all at the same time. If only that was the option. We were warned about the casket, says Christian. What? Screech to a halt. Let's look at our knowledge. Who warned us about the casket? Christian, I don't know if I remember that. Does anybody else remember that? Capri says we were. Tony says take dem bones, dem bones, dem. Gary says gems as well. Let me do some counting of some votes. 1, 2 for the casket. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the skeleton. 1 for the gems. The guy we rescue said the messenger of death left a letter in there. Christian, good memory. Okay. I think we should probably not. Robbie says no, but I can't remember my name most of the time. David, I don't remember what I went in the kitchen for. Never mind the casket. Well, the most votes so far are for the golden skeleton statue. So the statuette is heavy in your hand and is worth an unbelievable fortune. If you succeed in your mission, you will have been more than amply rewarded. You gain 1 luck point. You place the statuette in your backpack and decide what you'll do next. So I think we've decided as a team, thanks to Christian's memory, not to open the golden casket. So Robbie withdraws the casket vote. Tony says pretend it's an Oscar. We will. I'd like to thank the Well Inspectors for teaching me all I know about adventuring. So now the option is going to be door or gems. Yeah, door or gems. I think we've had a really good thing. The bad thing would be a casket. So would there be a trap around this? Door, says Caprice. Philip, I still want to open the casket. Robbie says, take some gems as well, feeling greedy. I've just bookmarked, why don't we see what we could have won? The gems are red hot to the touch. We've been here before, people. Fortunately, it's not your sword hand which is burnt. Okay, we are not going to take that. So we can now open the golden casket. There's a scroll of paper inside the casket with a message written on it in dried blood which reads, "The messenger of death awaits you." So that's not too bad. We didn't get a letter of death. Avoid DEATH and seek out EGOT. Very clever. I love that, Will. Very good. Very good. Okay, so now we can leave the room. We've tried everything. The door opens into another corridor which is well lit and appears to be in regular use. So this is just a directional choice now. It's a T-junction, so we can go left or right. And we really have traversed the length and breadth of this temple. So left or right, the chat, you decide, my friends. I will do a bookmark here, just in case. Let's see what happens. No, what if the death message bites us later? Okay, that's a good point. How could it bite us later? I think I'm just being too extra worried now. Okay, I've gone back. We haven't opened the casket. We'll leave. And then the chat saying left, 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 left. Well lit. Philip says right. That's left, McLefty. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people saying left. And then Philip, I'm sorry, we're going to go left this eve, my friend. Sean says, well lit. I mean, we love that, don't we? I'm just wondering, do you know what I haven't seen for ages? My Well Inspector Mini. I wonder where I've put him. Hopefully somewhere safe. Will wants to go left, please. So let's go left. The corridor ends at a flight of steps. So we can either go up the steps or come back and turn right. So please type steps or back into the chat, I think. There are 28 people watching. Hello, everybody. Welcome. If this is the first time you've popped in to Mira's Fighting Fantasy, thanks for popping in and seeing what we're up to. If you could do a like, that would be awesome. Yeah, and if you'd like to vote on any of these decisions, you just need to subscribe and then you'll be able to comment in the chat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are saying the steps. So I think Will says, I'm nervous, it's giving us an option to reverse. I know. I'll bookmark us. There is a solid oak door at the top of the steps. You turn the handle and are surprised to find that it's not locked. You're even more surprised that the door opens out beyond the city wall into the desert of skulls. The bright sunlight hurts your eyes after the gloom of the dungeon catacombs. You look down at the sand and see footsteps leading away from the door around the city wall. Wow! What? This is very surreal. Okay, so if you wish to follow the footsteps, type footsteps into the chat. If you would rather walk back, please type back into the chat. 29, the Ween is watching with me. Hello, little one. Gosh. Christian says, close the door quickly. Tony says, bright light, bright light. Back, back. Footsteps, says Kirby. 30 people watching. Thank you all so much. Follow, please, says Robbie. So I've got footsteps in the sand, so romantic. 1, 2, 3, and religious. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are saying follow, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are saying close the door and go back. So I think we'll follow in the footsteps. The door slams shut behind you and you find that it's firmly locked. You follow the footsteps around the city wall for about 15 minutes until you find the man who made them. He's lying face down in the sand and appears to have been dead for at least a day. He looks like a servant and is certainly not Malbordus. There is nothing on the man which can help you, and so you run back to the oak door. Because you've passed through the golden rain, even your magic is useless against it. So you have to try to open it by hacking furiously with your sword. Suddenly a shadow passes overhead. You look up to see what caused it. Riding through the sky on the back of a huge black dragon is the man you came to defeat, Malbordus. The dragon roars, and you can just make out the wicked laugh of Malbordus. The dragon flies off north, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Malbordus will lead his hordes of chaos across Alancia, and the world will fall under dark shadow. You have failed in your mission. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. So we climb the steps, and we've decided we're going to walk back down, and that's what we've done. Just a quick reset. When there were when there were only 2 sets of footprints, that's when the dragon was eating you. Love that, Will. I think that's peak Will. We have reached peak Will. Love, love, love. Temple emergency exit. Cool, says Tony. Robbie, how the hell are we going to stop a fella with a black dragon anyway? I know, we've got no magic either. Wow, this truly is a David and Goliath moment. Okay. So, you come across a bowl on a marble column. The bowl is filled with grapes which look fresh and juicy. If you wish to eat the grapes, please type grapes into the chat, or if you would rather continue without eating, please type don't eat. So grapes or don't in the chat. Hopefully the magic manna comes back, says Caprice. David, read the dragon, feeding it infected monkey bits. Nige says, Half Man, Half Biscuit did a song version of Footprints. Great song. Will says, that dragon better be weak to beetle statues. No, we gave our beetle statue away. Robbie says grapes. Gary says don't grapes. Tony says don't. Caprice says grapes. So that's 2-2 at the moment. Will says grapes. Christian says, fresh grapes deep inside a labyrinthine temple of terror. No thanks. So that's 3 versus 3. Kirby says grapes for sure. Nige, don't touch someone else's grapes. This is somebody who's been stung with the office refrigerator. So how many have got? 1, 2, 3, 4 for grapes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 for no grapes. So we really need someone in the chat to cast a deciding vote. Philip says grapes. Okay, maybe they'll give back magic grapes, says Robbie. We're so hopeful, Robbie, you and I. Let's see what happens. The grapes taste as good as they look and have also been grown for a special purpose. They contain magical healing properties. You gain 4 stamina points. Hooray! When you've eaten your fill, you walk on further down the corridor. Turn to 237. This might be a bit topical. Hang on, folks. Let me see if I can grab something. So, apropos of not this adventure, but look, I have been freezing my grapes as like a healthy snack. Where did I see it? I think I must have seen it on a reality show. It's like grape ice cream, grape sorbet. They're really nice, but the skin is a bit... There's something with grape skin, isn't there? You know, like... And you can't really peel it when it's frozen. What I really need... What I'm saying is, can somebody please peel all my grapes for me? Robbie, I thought they were mouldy. Mira mouldy? How could you? Anyway. Oh. The brain freeze is real. Buckfast grapes. Anyway, they're nice. They are refreshing. I'm not sure how healthy it is to eat a load of grapes. Bearing in mind I'm not healthy, any fruit is good, I think. I love fruit. In Elden Ring, the grapes are human eyeballs in a Halloween decoration reversal. Frozen mango is excellent as well. I love mango so much. I doubt I could leave it long enough to be frozen. Sean says, I half freeze apples before eating them. I've never done that. Kirby says frozen bananas are also excellent. Yes, that is so good. Bananas, slit them down the middle, put chocolate in, put it in the microwave them, and then put them in the freezer, and then chocolate bananas. I used to love peeling grapes. Nige, there's a job at my place as long as you wash your hands. Tony, peel grapes and someone to fan you, oh queen. I don't need... If someone could read a book to me and feed me fruit and peel my grapes, I'd be quite happy. I'd stop complaining. So let's just see where we are in the old adventure. Ooh, Skeletor! I'll get you next time, He-Man! The corridor ends at an archway which is covered by a black curtain. There is a skull carved out of stone above the archway. Despite its ominous appearance, you throw back the curtain and step through the archway. You enter a small chamber which appears to be the annex of a larger chamber beyond the archway in the wall opposite. But your immediate concern is with the creatures who are standing guard on either side of the archway. They have human bodies and skeletal heads. Each wears a strange helmet in the shape of a sphinx. In a rasping voice, one of the skeleton men confronts you, saying, "Give good reason to intrude on the domain of Leisha or die." Both of them stride towards you with their spears pointed at you. Ooh! Tell them you've bought Leisha a giant sandworm's tooth. Well, we'll have to wait and see and find out what we do next time. That's going to be our cliffhanger, I think. Skeletons. Who ate our grapes? You could see through their rib cages, couldn't you? And then next time we play, if we finish this adventure, we'll play a bit of Rogue Trader. Before I go, if anyone's got any questions for Dan Abnett regarding the short story Little Horace, let me know. Make contact with me somehow. Instagram, Twitter, Blue Skies, Threads, YouTube comments. The electoral roll. No, don't do that. The extra toothy cliffhanger. But thank you all so much. It's lovely to spend an evening with you. And as usual, thank you to my anxiety candle from Robbie. And the evening spent entertaining ourselves has really helped soothe my... Oh no, have I had this here all night? Crikey, God knows what that is. I can't be trusted. I need a bib. Anyhow, anywho, it's all part of what you get here. You don't get that on anyone else's channel. You won't find old Suggs with a pasta stain on the hoodie. Anyway, thank you all so much. Sorry, that wasn't me farting. This chair is very, very rubbery. Honest, Garth, honest. See? Squelchy chair, not squelchy mirror. Great stream. Thank you, Alex. Alex, I will be popping out more pictures of my red de Provence rose, which I'm so excited. It's budding up already. Caprice, it's a fair cop. Lol. Robbie says this has been a much better book, not a lot of insta-deaths. I know, but it's so funny to see how traumatised we all are about the last book. Good night, Robbie. Hugs back to you and Jasper. Robbie, you need to send us pictures of your frogs in the Discord. I once talked with Palak Paneer on my shirt. That's not a bad stain. Palak Paneer is bright yellow, isn't it? We'll have a lovely Sunday evening, everybody. Thank you so, so much. We had some donations in the chat. Robbie, thank you so much for gifting Mirror Manga memberships. You can see the memberships are dwindling in the chat. We have way more greys than greens. The membership is awesome because it means people keep returning to rewatch. It makes me feel like a real YouTuber. And thank you so much, everyone who is a member. Thank you, everyone who just came along to watch. And yeah, if you're a member of my Patreon book club, tomorrow night we'll be discussing this at 8 p.m. If you're not a member and you'd like to join us for a discussion, it's not too late to go to Patreon. I'm just Mirror Manga. And yeah, sign up for book club Patreon. It's been a bit off track. No, we're not talking about this tomorrow night. We're talking about Crossfire by Matt Farah. Yes, sorry, Jim and Gary are like, no, Mira. Yeah, it's been a lot. Anyway, and then after this, Ian and I are reading 2 Gaunt's Ghost books. So looking forward to the wholesale slaughter of those. Nige, Jinkies, I started having kittens. Yes, good night, my dear friends. David, I've read that, might check it out. Absolutely. Yeah. Have a fantastic Sunday evening, folks, and have a great week. Next week, I'm actually on a writing retreat with the British Fantasy Society. So I may not be able to stream, but I will find out when I get to the library where the retreat is being held, and I will let everybody know. But thank you all so much. hopefully I'll see you all in March. It's my birthday on March the 9th. We need to think of something fun to do for the March the 10th stream as a birthday edition. So any ideas, let them be known. And I'm going to say goodbye now. Good luck with the week or the night, says Caprice. Night, night. And thank you, Robbie, for popping a frog picture in the Discord. So yeah, without further ado, good night. And thank you so much for everything. We'll see you next time. Bye. Stop streaming.